Welcome to video log 6. I know it's already video log 6. Like I'm so surprised. Today we're going to be talking about a couple things that have been happening in my life. Some life progress, some YouTube progress because there has been updates on the YouTube front. Wow, I know. Holy crap. I'm so surprised. But also we'll be talking about some mistakes I've been making, some failures in the last week, last couple days, week. Um, because it's been 2 days since I saw you guys, since I've made a video. It's now August 8th, 2024, and it's 8 o'clock right now. Almost 8, 7:53 a.m. It's almost 8. And it's a Thursday now, so I made the last video on Tuesday. So there's been some updates about, my life and this channel. And I know it's like, oh, so fast, you already have new things to talk about. I'll get to that because that's another thing I'm going to talk about is some ideas about the channel and my life progress and anything. So I'm sorry, I know I said I would talk about the 21 laws of leadership, and but unfortunately I changed it. Like I said, that wasn't set in stone in the Tuesday video I said I'd probably be doing on this. I decided not to. I read it really quickly hour an hour before bed yesterday. I know I was supposed to do it Tuesday, and so I'm going to talk about that as like a failure. I was supposed to do it Tuesday, but I did it Wednesday, and I did it in about an hour, and it was a quick read. I'm a very quick reader, and so, but I decided not to do it on this. As it kind of, I still have to think some thoughts about this, write down some notes, um, about what I want to talk about with this book and how it relates to my life. Because that's what I want this channel to be about is how everything relates to my life and how I'm solving the problems in my life so you get value from it from seeing me. And so let's talk about life progress and the failures I've had in life. Well, on Tuesday, after I made that video, I ended up going to Burlington clothing store. So I know if you watched the last video, I said it was a Lexington. I don't know why I did that. I really don't. My mind just blanked out. It was Burlington clothing store. It's a rebrand clothing store. They buy used clothes and then they sell them. It's the first time I've been to like one of those types of stores. Usually I always go to like the brand name stores, and so I went. There were like a ton of people in that building. It's a big store, but there were a huge amount of people. And the problem is there was two cashiers, okay? They had like six registers. Two of them were open with cashiers. There were, I kid you not, 40 people in line. 40. I was like, am I gonna and the problem was I was looking through the clothes or whatever. I found the men's section. And if you don't know, they just hang up all the clothes in in different areas. So for jacket has an area, jeans have an area, and then they have the mediums on this and then they have the mediums, the largest, the different size in an area, in a group in that area. And usually they just have a long pole running through, and on top of that pole is just hangers of clothes, and it has like the medium, what size they are, medium. And then you can look through and check the prices. And the clothes were only like $10, $20 max for like everything. And so I saw a Banana Republic jean, you know. I love Banana Republic. At least the shirts I've gotten from there are really good quality wise. At least a couple years ago when I bought clothes from there. And I found the perfect size, 30 by 32. That's my pant size. And I was like, oh, it's $11. Usually they're like $50. And I was like, oh my God, I have to buy this. And then I was like, I looked at the line and I was like, oh, can I wait, 2 hours? 2 hours to get these clothes. And I was like, I can't. And so I decided I'm gonna come back, Thursday. That's why this video is made so early. Like last time on Tuesday, I made it at 10 a.m. Today it's at 8 o'clock because Burlington, I keep trying to say Lexington. Burlington opens at 9. I want to get there as early as possible. I looked at the hours on Google. That's like their slowest hour. So if I get there right when they open, I'll have more time to pick out clothes. It won't be as crowded. And I'm not good with crowds if you don't know that. Like I can tolerate them, but I don't like it. And so that's why this video is is starting earlier, at 8 o'clock, and so I got an hour to do this video. But I went there and I was like, I also found a couple t-shirts that I really liked and some shorts. I don't really have a lot of shorts because most of my shorts I have, except for a couple, have been bought in high school. And that's when I was wearing, I didn't have any fashion or I didn't know anything about style. I didn't give I don't want to say a bad word. I didn't care at all about my fashion or anything. I just threw on a t-shirt. I didn't iron it, any of that stuff. I just threw it on. And so it's like cargo pants that are really long on me. Not because I grew in, height wise. I didn't really grow in height. I'm still the same height, 5'9". I didn't grow any taller. It's just they're cargo pants, so they have the little pockets on the side for you to put tools in, and they're for outdoor and like gardening and stuff. But that's what the pants I used to wear, and I don't do that anymore. But now I only have like 3 pairs of shorts I can wear, and right now it's in Florida, so it's very hot. So I just have to use the same shorts over and over again. I kind of want to get like other shorts. I want to get like a white, like I found white shorts or whatever that were my size. And I wanted to buy them, but I couldn't. Like I said, and there were a ton of people crowding around and looking at clothes and everything. I don't do well with crowds. That kind of killed my motivation. So as a failure, I never went to the mall and sat and read my books and watched people. I wish I did. I went home, um, and I never also that like also exhausted me. Going to Burlington, all of that, dealing with the crowds, that exhausted me. And so I didn't end up doing any studying for class or whatever. I'm probably going to be taking the business and success class. That's the class I'm taking right now, and the critical thinking class, critical thinking and logic. I'll probably wait for the critical thinking and logic because I haven't watched any of the content, but I hear it's really easy. It's common sense stuff. They recommend you take the pre-assessment, and then if you pass the pre-assessment, take the test. And like if you need to review anything, because the pre-assessment for my class at YGU breaks up into different sections, and you have to pass all the sections. So it'll just tell you what you need to review and everything. But most people are fine on it. I'll probably take that Tuesday, but today I want to get done with the success in business. So even if I fail the pre-assessment or whatever, I can just take it. You get 3 tries on the assessment, and the questions always change, and it's a proctored exam. After 3 times, you gotta get permission from the teacher and do a study plan and everything. So probably be doing that later. So I'll probably study a little bit and then take the test later. But that's after I go to Burlington. I gotta remember Burlington to get my clothes and everything. So, but yeah, that was a failure of mine. I know I gotta have you guys trust me. Okay, if I'm gonna do something, I gotta do it, and that's a failure of mine. Now, I did say I was gonna read the book before I did the video. I did do that. Like I did it last minute. Yet Wednesday night. That's why I got less sleep. I probably got an hour less sleep because I spent an hour reading this. I'm a fast reader, so like I said, it wasn't like I was really skimming it. I was reading through all the laws, everything. I skipped some of the stories, because really to learn from this book, you don't really need to look at all the stories. I read some of the stories, like some of the examples for the laws, but I really tried to understand like practical applications of mine, how to improve the laws, because one can improve. But yeah, so that was like the life progress. So that was like those were like my 2 failures is I didn't go to the mall and people read the book, but also I didn't study any after getting home. I just can't really study at home. It's just too hard for me. The environment for years, all I've been is spent is reading and, entertainment stuff or going to sleep or, fun activities at home. It's never been serious study. And so that those are 2 failures. And I wanted to admit that because I want to be authentic on camera. And it's kind of why I haven't told my parents about I told my dad today about my YouTube. And he was like, "Oh, can I see your channel?" I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Maybe when I move out and you guys aren't responsible to me and you can restrict me leaving the house or take away my car because it's in their name. They never transferred it to me, and they've threatened to take my car away, or they find out stuff that, I haven't told them or whatever. I don't want them knowing until I'm responsible for my own life, and they can't just make like sudden decisions to ruin my life because they don't like something I post on YouTube or if I'm wasting time. Because my parents can do that, especially my mom. My dad will probably be fine with it, but my mom, she's like the head of the household. It's kind of switched between, usually it's the dad who's like in charge of it. Now it's my mom. And so I can't really show it, but I did tell him. I encouraged him to start a YouTube channel because he had that stroke and he just stays at the house. He really can't do a lot of stuff. So I recommended him, but that was my, two failures, my two mistakes. I'm trying to learn from that. I'm trying to be more responsible when I tell you like what I'm gonna do because I know the second or third video I said I would put the channel in the subscription in the description of the video, and I never did. But last video I did, or not my last video, but on my skincare routine video, I did put the channel Dr. Abs in the description. So I'm trying to be more, I guess, more trustable, more authentic. I'm trying to keep my word when I say I do stuff. That's why when I said I would make a video, I would say I might make a video on this, but it wasn't set in stone because I hadn't made up my mind. And I really didn't want to be like, oh yeah, I said it would be in leadership, but it didn't turn out that way. I might not add that to the videos anymore of what I'm going to do next because I don't want to give you guys, a higher expectation or a different expectation than what the next video is. And then I turn around and it's a completely new topic because something changes in my life. So that was just like life progress as mistake. But other than that, my life hasn't really changed that much. I've been thinking more. I've been reading my books. I've been reading Maxwell's. I've been writing down ideas for it. But and other than that, that was the two things that haven't happened. So probably after this video, I'm gonna go to Burlington. I think I'm gonna set a goal of like $200 of max I can spend. I have to also get a belt because my work belt is like breaking apart because it's been 2 years of in fast food and it's been corroded by grease, and it's been smashed up against something or I've walked against something and it's hit it or people gone by and hit me with hit the belt with a box or something just a little bit. Not like destroyed it, but over time it's been destroyed and it's not really the right size for me. Um, and it's a little too small. And so it really doesn't help me, especially since I've lost weight like 10 pounds because I was cutting. And so now I'm a leaner, I'm at 15% body fat. And so I lost those 10 pounds, and my pants almost don't fit me, or they do fit me, but it's not very good for fat. So I want to. It's hard to tuck in shirts or whatever. They still fit me, but it's not a very good fit. Like they should be tightened a little bit of like a little inches or whatever. So I try to use the belt for that, but my belts aren't working anymore because they're too small. Um, and so I had to get that and everything. But that's probably yeah, it's already been 13 minutes. I usually talk for longer on life progress, but I'll probably come back to the future of my future and the future of this channel. Now let's talk about what else was I going to talk about? I lost my train of thought. I know I keep losing it. The last video I did that, I talked about my daily life and my mistakes. Now let's talk about the the future of this channel. No, yeah, the future of this channel. I was going to talk about my YouTube channel. And then after this section on YouTube, I will talk about the future, my future and the YouTube channel future. So, this is like probably the most exciting part of the video for me. I now have 3 subscribers. Three. I tried looking at who they could all be so I could like message them and like say thanks for the subscription or whatever. You have any questions about channel or any good ideas, but no one, no one, I couldn't find them. And I looked it up. Apparently, it's like a privacy notice, so you can't see who directly subscribes to your channel. But I got 3. Oh my God, I haven't got any comments. And my skincare routine video has gotten, I've gotten like 90, 90 views. Or is it my book video? I think no, it's not my book. It's before that because my videos take a couple of days to get more views. except for my first video. No one's ever watched that. That's the Tyler's first video journal. No one ever watched it. I got rid of my name in it. I just did video log. So, but I've gotten up to 100 views. 100 views in my skincare routine video, which is vlog 4. This is vlog 6. And the one I did on Tuesday is vlog 5. And then Monday I did the skincare, which wasn't really like a vlog, a video log of my life or what. Mainly it was about my skincare. That's all I talked about. That was a focused video on skincare. I was trying out that format of that video. It's gotten 100 views. Now, my previous video before that, video log 3, video log 3, which is my hedging against AI and using this channel. And I talked about the future of this channel. I'm using this to hedge against AI because this will be like my personal brand and all my interests. And that got 50 views after a couple days. It's kind of leveled. I think it levels off after a couple days. I might get more video views. It might take longer. It might take a week, but the growth has slowed on that video, I think. But my video for, or yeah, video for my skincare routine has gotten 100 views. Maybe it's because the title, I used AI to help me write the title. I don't think that's like a bad thing for you to use it for the title of the video in the description, like, because usually I'll say this is what I talk about when I use Claude, because that's what I used, or I use ChatGPT 4.0 or something like that, and I'll just say these are the contents of the video. Can you kind of make a description or a title? I'm not really good at titles, and it makes a pretty good title, and I kind of like them. They're more exciting than my boring titles, and so I was seeing if I would get more engagement on, videos with better titles or AI generated titles. Now I don't use them in idea wise or for scripting a video. I don't do that. That would take too much time, number one. Number two, I don't want to do that because it will influence my ideas. But I did that, but I got 100 views. I added a subscriber or 3 subscribers. When I had it on video on Tuesday, video log 5, I had 2 subscribers. Or when I checked afterwards, I don't know if I mentioned in the video, when I checked afterwards, I had 2 subscribers because I check it throughout the day. And now I have 3. This morning I checked it, I had 3, and I got it from that skincare, or I got it from Video Log, the Video Log 5. Now, Video Log 5, it just uploaded like 2 days ago. It's been like 2 days, and I only got like 5 views, but it takes time for my views to go up. So we'll see. Maybe that video won't do so well. I don't care. This is the next video log. And so I'm so happy about that. But this is the cool thing. I had one returning viewer. One. That means the rest of my viewers came by from discovery, from the YouTube search or whatever. I've been recommended by YouTube and they watched it. I had one who came back from a previous video. Let's go. It's probably one of my subscribers. I'm so happy about that. Now I don't have any comments. I got another like. I have like 3 likes now. 2 or 3. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I kind of want to see who can like so I can like message them. I really want to comment so I can like interact with that person or send them a message like thanks for the comment, because then I can ask them like what do you think I can do better for my channel? And I'll take that into consideration. I'm not going to completely change everything from my like first commenter, but I'll take it into advice. What do you think I could do better? And maybe I'll take some of his advice, maybe I won't, or I can kind of like debate and talk more about my channel to him or about my life or whatever, and I can ask what he finds the most value from my videos. Now, the only sad thing, which I don't know how this is possible, but I got my engagement. So how long do people watch my videos? It's like 2% of the video. It's like 2 minutes. It used to be one, now it's two. And I was looking that up and I was like, wow, why do people subscribe? They've only watched 2 minutes of the video. That's the average watch time. Someone might be boosting that up by watching the whole hour, but uh, 2 minutes. I mean, whenever I watch YouTube videos that are hour long, I always sit through them all. Maybe that's because better production quality or a better speaker, maybe a more charismatic speaker is talking. I don't really know. But I guess not as many people are like that. I'm gonna stick with the hour long. I like the hour long or like 45 minutes or not the 15 minutes. It's already been 20 minutes of this video. So I like the longer content. But yeah, that's just like the news. I have 3 subscribers now. Like I said earlier, I was telling my dad, and I was like, yeah, because he was like, oh, you're going to school today, and I was like, no, school's ended, for that part. He doesn't know I'm going. I haven't really said I'm going to a new college for online. I'll talk about my college experience or whatever. They don't know, but they're like, he's like, so you're going to school or whatever, and I was like, no, I'm going to the Pensacola library for like work and stuff. And he's like, work? What do you have to, you work 5 days a week. And I was like, well, I have to do stuff and everything. And he was like, what do you mean or whatever? And I was like, well, I'm moving out in 2 months. I have to do stuff with that. I gotta find a new job, look at the area that I want to move to. And then I was also like, I gotta make a YouTube video. And he was like, YouTube? Yeah. He was like, I was like, I gotta make a video. And he was like, a video? What do you have to make a video for? Like he said that, and he was like, do you gotta make it for school or work? And I was like, and he's like, no. I was like, no, no, no. It's just I have a YouTube channel. And he's like, what, a YouTube channel? I was like, yeah, I just was checking on my computer. That's why I had my computer on my bed. And I was like, I got 3 subscribers or whatever. He was like, I want to see it. And I was like, no, no, no. And he's like, are you talking bad to me on your channel? I was like, no, I really don't. It's just about my personal life. And I was like, maybe when I move out in like 2 or 3 months, maybe I'll let you see because you guys won't be responsible for my life, and you can't just make like arbitrary decisions about my life just based on what you see on YouTube. And I didn't say that exactly, but I was like, oh, I wasn't talking about you or whatever. I'll just let you see it in like 2 or 3 months when I move out. And I plan on doing that. So and also my parents can see more of like a snapshot of my life, like what's going on in my life by watching those videos. And and it's better than me speaking to them on a phone for 2 hours or whatever. And they can see a quick snapshot of my life, and then if they want to know more, they can call me. Because I don't want to completely distance my everything from them. They are my parents. And so, but yeah, I was like, you should start his own YouTube channel because his dog, our dog Hershey, he loves my dad. Like my dad is his like favorite person. I was like, well, you can do videos about playing with him because he loves to throw the ball with him, or you can talk about stuff or about him and everything and how he loves you and like how you can't stand him, things like that. And so I was like, you could do that. But yeah, I was telling him about that. But let's but that's just like the present part of my channel, okay? So that's what's happened with my channel. I also get another day off next week, and so I might do a video. I might do an extra video. I know, woo, you get another extra video. I was like, I saw the video engagement or whatever, how many hours of watch time I had and everything, and it was like 6 hours for this video for the skincare routine video. I was like 6 hours, and then I also I'm just realizing this now. How can it be like 6 hours of watch time total when the average is like 2 minutes? I only have like 100 you know, 100 viewers. Now I realize, hey, that average is probably brought down a lot by some people who only watch it for 10 seconds. And then there are the people who watch it for longer. So maybe you're watching to the 23-minute mark, which is right now, and you're going to be watching. Thank you for watching this far. I don't say it enough. I know it's a long video. Let's get back to the topic. So that's like what the present form of this channel is right now. I'll start doing that. I'll start adding that to a video, maybe like a 10-minute section. I don't want it to be too long for some videos where the YouTube's not the focus of what's the presence of this channel. How far have I got? How many subscribers? Have there been any updates? What is my viewer engagement time? But I was looking at it and I was like, I can reach 1,000 watch hours. If I get 6 hours per video, I can do it in 250 hours. By then, I'll 250 videos. By then, I'll definitely have, you know, 1,000 subscribers. I have to. So I never thought I would have 3 subscribers in a week on my fifth or sixth video, or fourth or fifth. Like I never, I never thought it would be that fast. I've always been told it's like the it takes like 100 videos, no one's gonna watch it, but people are watching it. And maybe it's because those channels don't think 100 viewers is a lot, but it's a lot to me. 100 people have seen parts of my ideas and part of my life, and they watched it. That 100 strangers now know me more, and maybe like only like half of them actually stayed past the first minute, 2 minutes. But like, let's say 50 people now know more about me, now know my life. If I'm walking by them, they can recognize me. I have more fame. I used to be a nobody, and now maybe if I walk by someone in real life, maybe 50 people can recognize me. How cool is that? Just by the fame, it's not even fame wise. Like, oh, but these people admire me. They probably don't. They just think I'm a normal guy trying to improve my life or whatever. But, it's better than like maybe 20 people knowing me in real life, like the people I work with and my family. I don't really have any friends. And so I really wanted to thank you guys if you keep watching. And I want to know more about you. I want to make friends with my, subscribers, and I can learn more about you. But yeah, that's the present tense. I don't know what's the that's the state of the channel. Okay, 3 subscribers. I would say probably 100 and through all my videos combined, probably like 170 viewers. 3 subscribers. I can't stop with that. 3 subscribers. Probably 50 strangers now know more about me. I'm happy with that. So let's move on. I've been going over the same stuff. I wanted to talk about the future of this channel. I gotta add to the video. So that's number one. Sorry if the camera's shaking a little bit. I'm trying to I'm so excited I'm moving my computer. Because yeah, if you noticed on the format, I'm doing it on my computer instead of like do a webcam and me turn like this way and talk. I think it's better if I do it through the computer face to face like this, and I'm facing you straight on. And I don't have to turn this way and kind of talk to you and then glance at my computer, see what time it is. And so I want to talk about something to add to the video, but also I was thinking about it in my car, and I was like, I know I failed my 2 things I was supposed to do, and I made up one of them the next day. I read the book. But I didn't do people watching. I didn't go to the mall. And I was like thinking about all the ideas for my channel, like what I was going to talk about. Because I also hadn't decided if I was going to do the leadership video, or I was going to wait, or maybe I would do this for 30 minutes and then life progress for 30 minutes. But I couldn't decide. And so I was thinking about ideas maybe I do a different video or something like that. And I was looking through my head. I was almost like looking in the computer that is my head and like, okay, let me go through the depository of all the different ideas I have, or which ones are fleshed out for enough for a 45 minute to an hour long video. And I was thinking, well, I have all these ideas, but these are like the best ideas. And then I was like, well, what if I run out? I bought these books for, partly to improve my life, but also partly for video ideas. And I was like, well, what I go through these books. Am I going to keep doing that until there's only so many books I can use to apply to my life, but I have to take action for my life. I can say, oh, this book helps me with productivity, but if I don't try those activities they suggest in the book, I'm not taking action. So I won't really remember the book, and even better, I'll be talking about a book that I haven't actually applied to my life. And like if I talk about the leadership stuff, but I'm not starting to apply it, maybe that's okay if I'm informing someone, but I also want to use this channel to solve my problems in life and also share it with you guys. And so I was like, well, what other things I can do? Because I can take these lessons from these books and show them how my life experience confirms them. But I was like, do I have a lot of life experience? Do I have enough? And as I was going through it, I realized I really don't have a lot of experience in life. Like I went to school and I went to college or whatever, but like I was really like a homebody. I really didn't have any friends, and I really didn't do anything outside of going to class, and you know, that was it. And maybe I took like one club. I did a taekwondo club for like a semester or two, and then that was right before I quit college or whatever. So eventually I quit that. I quit college. I just stopped going. And I was like, well, I did that for a little bit. I was in astro the space club at my college because I went to a big college. I went to UCF and then I transferred to a community college, and now I'm going to an online college. I've been through all the colleges. I'll talk about that in another video. But it was a big club for like space and everything, and they were like Elon Musk's fanboys, and it was all like engineering, math students and everything. It was not really any business majors because at that time I had switched to business from computer science. I didn't like that club as much because I was in a group doing a thing on a report on how would I explore space. So like what would be the budget for a Mars mission and like what's the things we needed. And really we never really completed the report. It was mostly we would talk about, Mars and everything. And this I remember going out with like some of the club members and, you know, eating at like a Waffle House because it was like 8 o'clock and we had had a meeting or whatever. That was really fun. But like those are like the only activities. I remember going to a nightclub for the first time and drinking for the first time. I never did that again. And I kind of really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the dancing um, for the nightclub. I didn't really enjoy the alcohol, and I didn't drink a lot of alcohol after that. I stopped drinking completely. That was the only time I tried alcohol. And so I didn't like the loss of control of all the alcohol and everything. I didn't do anything bad the first time I drank, or actually the only time I drank. I just didn't like the loss of control that I had. And so I really don't have a lot of experiences, like except going to class every day, doing the same stuff, listening to the teacher. That's it. I never really traveled at all. Like my whole life has really been, except for like vacations when I was younger, was either living in around the Pensacola area in the panhandle of Florida or when I moved to UCF. And I just stayed in my room most of the time. And then sometimes I went out for like club meetings and then sometimes for class. But then COVID hit. And so a lot of my classes were online. And so that was it. And maybe I had like one study partner or whatever who really supported me. I forgot who it was. And I wish I kind of made friends with him. But at the time, I was in the program where you were in computer science or whatever. And when I went to UCF, I was part of the program where my parents put me into it. They were like, it would be better. I couldn't go against my parents at that time. I had to follow their things or whatever. And so I was in a program where I was housed with other people who were doing electrical engineering, and all that. And like I had the same classes with them and everything. I never made friends with a lot of them. And so, but I remember in class one time, I was like, we had study group or whatever, and I was studying with this person, or we had a big project or whatever for the class or whatever, and he was in like engineering or whatever, and I was telling him like, yeah, I'm gonna be switching to like business or whatever, and I just don't think it's right or whatever. And he was like, oh, is it right for you? Like he was non-judgmental. I'll never forget that. I don't even remember what he looked like. I just remember he was like so non-judgmental. I had never had that in my life by that point. And he was like, "Oh, do you think you're gonna do well and everything?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just don't think computer." And he was like, "So," and he was like, "Good luck, man," or whatever. I'm almost starting to cry from it. I'm trying to be as authentic as possible, but I just remember that because we were in the library and we were doing stuff for the project or whatever, and I forgot what class it was, and it was like a lab class or whatever, and you had to complete the labs online. And we were like finishing the lab report, whatever. And it was just like he was so like nonchalant. And he was like, "You can do it or whatever. Like, good luck." And he was like, and he was like, "I think you can do it. You're a good person or whatever." And I had never like no one had ever told me that before. I had never had really close relationships with people or any friends really, and so that was like, oh my God, like I always remember that. Like, even though I never did well in business and I switched to teach and all that, and now I'm back in business with my bachelor's, I will always remember that. Because at the time, like I said, I had like no friends. I had never had someone like that. I really wish I had made friends with them, but I never did. Later had some friends in Taekwondo that I went to like a basketball game with. We hanged out at the park because there was a club meeting at a park or whatever. Like not an actual like meeting, just hanging out with all the club members. I went, and that was like enjoyable. But I had never. I had never had that. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of experience. I've never traveled, and so I've never really like put myself in a situation with like YouTube taking a risk. Like I've started things like I would be like, oh, I'm gonna write a book or whatever because I love reading. I want to write a story or whatever, and then I never do, or I write like 1,000 words one day and then I'm like, oh, I forgot, or I don't want to write the book, or I spend time reading because, and so I was in my car and I was like, well, I'm gonna run out of ideas. And so I was like, but what if I use this YouTube channel to catalyze my my life, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but what if I decide to say stuff that I'll do on YouTube and then I actually do them in life because that motivates me. Or like I have to say, I need to find some ideas for my channel or whatever. I need to experience more for my channel. And it's no longer about me and my personal growth, but it's more like I want to serve you guys. And to do that, I got to have more experience in life. And and so like maybe I should travel more so I can talk about travel with you guys or expand my horizon. Maybe I should talk to more experts of different fields about, what's going on the world, or like maybe I'll talk to some AI experts. And I've never really interviewed someone. I've always shied away from that, but maybe I'll do it for you guys. It's not so much about me anymore, but it's more to provide more value for me. I want to get back to this book. One of the core tenets of leadership is competency. It's trust. I kind of think of it the same way. You have to do what you say you will do. And I know I failed that on Tuesday with that video, and even the video before that with me not putting the channel description. But I want to make up with that. I'm trying to live by the tenets just so I can show my progress to you. I want to become the man um, you guys want to be like, who admire, who get value from. And I got to become a leader. And one of the skills in the book is like, do you have any skills that add value to people? You got to add value to people. And I was like, well, I don't really know anything. I've always worked in fast food. Maybe I can talk about my analysis of life, like my life philosophy. I think I got from almost committing suicide to where I love life. Like I truly do. And I was like, maybe I should talk about that. But I was like, what can I provide value? And maybe I was like, maybe I start a YouTube channel. And I'd already thought about providing value to others by a YouTube channel, but this has kind of cemented it in my mind. Is it's more about serving you guys. It's to record my journey, but also help you guys, help my children when they, um, need advice. Maybe they can watch the videos. If I'm dead or whatever, I'm fine with them creating an AI version of me based on the thousands of videos of my life they have. And so I was just thinking, I this is probably the best way I can add value to someone. It's kind of unfortunate that I have no skills. And that's why I'm getting a degree in accounting. It's not really for like the job market or whatever. I want a better job, and that's the help with it, but it's mainly to learn a skill that's valuable, that I can provide value to other people, not just in like business or for my employer, but also for you. That's why I'm reading all these books. I've kind of had a shift, and maybe it's because I read this book right before I went to bed, and so I had like all this REM sleep. I have a Fitbit that tracks my sleep or whatever, and I was looking at it and I was like, I had like these weird dreams yesterday. I was looking at, or last night, I was looking at my REM sleep and I had way more REM sleep than I had deep sleep, which deep sleep is like the restoring part of your brain. It like cements everything in your brain. And then REM is like your dreams or whatever. Both are necessary for sleep and both help with remembering things. But I was like, what if, me reading these before I went to bed, like an hour like right before I went to bed, all I did was read this book for basically an hour. I got lost reading it. I don't really get lost, but for about an hour, I was just reading it, and then I was like, oh, what's time is it? And I was like, oh, it's 10:35. I gotta wake up at 6 tomorrow. I'm only gonna get like 7 hours sleep. That's why I kind of have eye bags. And I was like, I finished it after I finished it, and I checked, and I was like 10:30. I thought it would be even later, but I read it really fast, and that kind of changed my shift in perspective on this channel. It's more about you guys. And now, of course, it's going to be up to the things that I can provide value for you. It's also going to be the more interesting things about my life because the thing is I'm not going to make YouTube videos if I'm not interested in the topics or, I can talk for them for like 45 minutes to an hour just for the video. And so it's got to be stuff I'm interested in. And so, sorry, that's unfortunate thing. If you want to know something I don't know anything about, or you want a video on it, I might not be able to do it, or maybe it's not something I'm interested in. You might want to know about makeup or whatever, but I've never used makeup or done it, or and that's why I'm kind of not making relationship advice videos in the beginning of this channel because I really have no friends. And I've never had a girlfriend before, really. And so it's like, well, how do I talk about that? But I have no experience. I can just read off from books, but honestly, you would rather get a book than learn it from me. Maybe I can condense the best practices from the book, but I have no way of gauging if the things I analyze from a book are any good because I have no experience. I've never applied it to the real life. It's just basic knowledge. It's not really wisdom because I haven't applied that knowledge to my real life and seen how it's go and what works for me because I can only talk about what works for me and maybe you can get advice from me. And so that's like a paradigm shift. So this channel, it's just going to be used basically to motivate me. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and maybe I'll become the leader I need to be. And because I've heard there was a quote in the book, and it was when a champion steps in the ring, it's not because the crowd makes him the champion. It's because they recognize that he's the champion. He already has everything to be the champion. It's when the crowd recognizes him and he becomes the champ. They realize he's the champion, but he always was the champion. They just finally see it. The crowd finally sees that he's a champion. And they don't see all the work the boxer puts in to win. They don't see everything they do. The hard sweat, tears and blood that, boxers have to put into. And that's the same thing. I'm gonna use this to catalyze my life, to basically change my life using this video. Sorry, I just burped. To use this channel to change my life. And then as my life has changed and I'm taking more actions that are like the man I want to be, like 2 years from now, 5, 10 years from now, I look back and I was like, until someone asks me, Tyler, they're like, or someone says, how, yeah, I'm gonna be like Aristotle. Aristotle. I was reading Aristotle's book a couple months ago. His ethics book, and I forgot what it's called, his famous book. And he says, one guy asked me, he was like, Aristotle, how did you become so courageous? And Aristotle looks at him and says, I never thought I was courageous until you told me so. He said, I only started taking actions that made me brave or take action when I was afraid, because that's what a courageous person does. But I've always thought this is paraphrasing it. I always thought I was not courageous until you said so. I never thought I'd ever become a courageous person. I, s- I s- Basically what he said is this. He started taking action to become more courageous, to become the most courageous person ever. But as he took actions, he never believed he was courageous until one day the people started to tell him, "You're so courageous. You're so honorable. You're so smart. How did you do that?" And Aristotle was like, "No, I never thought I would make it until you guys tell me now." It's the same way. You have to take actions of what your future self, who you want to be like, would do. And then you do that for a long time and you slowly change your identity until you finally realize, until people who know you start saying you've changed in a good way. You become more honorable, more courageous. You no longer lie. And you're like, no, I'm still alive. I haven't. I'm just taking actions for it. And they're like, no, 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 no. That's what imposter syndrome is. If I start making more and more YouTube videos, and they're like, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a hobbyist. This isn't a business for me. And I start making money, and I'm like, this is a hobby or what? And then finally, someone's like, oh, you made a business off of YouTube. How do you do it? And then I'm like, it's not a business. I just do it. And then they're like, no, you're a business. And then it clicks in your mind, like maybe I am a YouTube business or whatever. Maybe I made a business off of YouTube. Who knows? And so I think this video channel, this YouTube channel is just improving my life. Because as you can see, I'm more energetic now that I'm making these videos. I have something to do to come down here. It used to be where I was like, oh, I gotta study for the day at PSC library or whatever, and then I want to come down here, and I was like, oh, who cares? Like, if I fail the class, but I want to make videos, and so I'm like, I have to come down here, even if I don't have an idea for a video, I have to come down here, and I gotta make a video. And so that's everything. That's going to be the future of the channels to try and provide more value. Now, it's still going to be hour-long rants, 45-minute rants. Some of you enjoy it because I've gotten some subscribers from it. I like the video format for this video. It's not going to be a lot of editing. Maybe when I have more money, I hire an editor just to make better videos so you guys can get more. I need to do the um sub basically turning the channel into written form. I forgot what it's called, but the AI, because it's kind of good with that. I'll still have to edit what I say or whatever, and because what I do is it transcripts. That's what it is. Transcripts my video into Word, but it's not. It's like 90% good, but I got to delete a lot, and I'll probably delete all the filler words. So I'll probably start doing that because I know I talked about a week ago I would do that, and I haven't done that. Gonna start with that. The only problem is it takes like an hour to upload it to YouTube, 2 hours to YouTube, but the video to upload it to the cloud service that I do the video on because I don't want it on the service. I want the video on my computer and then I upload a copy to it to the cloud service. Well, that takes another 2 hours, YouTube for 2 hours if it's a long video. And so like I can upload it to YouTube, but then I'm probably gonna have to wait for the next day for it to be done uploading to upload it to the cloud service. So we'll see how that goes and everything. I got to do that. That's my task for the next until Tuesday or Monday. I think a good Monday off so Monday is to start the newsletter, start the channel. I also want to make a social media um for a couple reasons. One, to improve my life, um so I can make friends on the internet and make people who have the same interests as me. Also for some like social proof. Because that's what dating is now. You gotta have some social proof. Hey, this guy has 1,000, Instagram subscribers, whatever it's called, subscribe people who follow him, followers. That's what it is. So, but also, like I said, I want to network with the people who are better than me using social media. So I'll probably start that. Um, and the same time I do the newsletter. That might be actually it might be a little later. I'll probably focus on the newsletter and then switch over to the Instagram because I want to have it ready and have a couple followers by the time I move out. So we'll see. Everything's up to change. That's my prediction for the futures. I might talk. I want to talk more about some laws that I really resonated with this book, but I was like, I'll do an actual video on that. It's too long. I want to give that justice. So, oh, sorry, there's a hair in my mouth. I don't know how I got in there. I know you're like, what is he doing? That's for the video. Now I'm gonna spend this last 10 minutes asking you guys what you want. Leave a comment. I need the comment. Like, then I have everything. I got subscribers, I have comments, I got likes. Leave a comment. I'll probably check my channel after this video because it's been an hour. I also got to see probably in the next 20 minutes. It's 8:42. Okay, I gotta really go. Because the store opens at 9. I gotta check my channel to see how far we've gone. But seriously, leave a comment. What are you liking about the videos? How long do you watch the videos? The average is 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes. I might not be reading the retention rate or how long it is big, and I might not be reading it right. Okay. Maybe you watch more than that. Tell me if you watch more. Um, how have I impacted your life? Maybe I haven't impacted your life at all. Maybe you're just having entertainment from this. It's just for entertainment. Maybe to motivate you. I don't know. Just just leave something. Maybe you hate my videos. It's better than nothing. My first video comment will be a hate video. I can put that in the video notes. I can put it in the next. This is probably gonna be. It's always gonna be the last 10 minutes of the video. It's probably gonna be my video notes, I guess. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Seriously, if you got it to the end, thanks for watching. I'm proud. I'm proud. Someone watched the whole video. Oh my God, like 50 minutes long. I know I like people. A lot of people don't have time for this. Maybe you just put it in the background if you have YouTube Premium and you just listen to it while you're doing chores. I don't mind. I really don't. You just listen to me. The video, I don't really have anything in the background, or I don't have icons or editing, so you gotta know. It's just me in front of a wall. Maybe it'll be better in the future. Maybe I'll get a mic, like an actual mic, because I had that little thing. I couldn't get it to connect to my computer. The audio wasn't different. Um, so I mean, I spent 20 bucks on it, so I probably lost 20 bucks. Maybe it's a user operated error. I'm gonna get one of those big mic things where I can talk to them, but that's the future when I move out and I have my own studio for everything. So watch out for that. That'll probably be like what we got. I'm doing like 2 videos per week. Let's say I don't have any extra videos. I'll probably start will. 2 weeks. So that's about 16 videos. So I would say, well, it's already the 8th. So let's say 16 with the extra. 16 more videos. Video log, say 22. I'll be moving out. You don't have long to wait. It's only video log 6. You got 14, 6. No, you got 16 more videos. You can do it. Let's go. No, that's the final ending. That's the ending of my video notes. So goodbye. Have a awesome day. Because I'm having an awesome day. Goodbye.